WNCW, Bob Dylan, singing about the Tombstone Blues. My name is Roland. I am now in Studio B, where live Studio B sessions on WNCW are made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. And Randall Bramblett's here. Hey, Randall.
Hey, how you doing, Roland?
I'm doing well. What's that Bob Dylan song about?
Tombstone Blues.
Yeah.
I think he's just having some fun on that one.
Just riffing on some words.
Yeah, just riffing.
Some images.
I quit trying to figure out what the heck he was talking about.
Doesn't it seem like there's something there?
There's something there. If you just think about it long enough, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. So,
but I've been thinking many years.
Yeah, it's decades worth of work on that one. So
I still play some songs of his sometimes.
Do you cover Dylan tunes?
We cover I Want You real slow.
Uh-huh.
Real slow. And I've played a lot more too, like Tom Tom's Blues and things like that.
You know, a good cover takes a song and you hear it in a different way, or it turns up something that you didn't know was there, right?
Yeah, that's what we did with I Want You.
Yeah, a bad cover's not good though.
No, never good.
Cool. Well, welcome back to Studio V, Randall Bramblett and the
you.
band. When was the last time you were here? About a year ago?
Yeah,
like
I think so, with Jeff Atchison, I believe.
Yeah.
We've played up here several times. It's always a pleasure to be here.
So out now touring in support of the brand new CD, The Bright Spots.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm excited.
Yeah, good stuff. We're loving it here at WNCW.
Good.
Show tonight at ISIS Music Hall up in Asheville.
That's a really cool place. It's our first trip up here for that. And it's really nice.
9 o'clock, sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like
9
that.
o'clock for us.
You've got an opener with Scott McMahon.
Yep.
And also, it is a canned food drive for Mana Food Bank. So.
All right. I'm glad you mentioned that.
A lot of good stuff going on up there.
Supposed to, and I forgot. Good.
You got to think about your songs, man.
I'm trying to remember lyrics, you know.
There you go.
It's my main job.
The last time you were in here, you were playing like piano ballad kind of stuff.
Really?
Isn't that right?
That was for the meantime. That's right.
You've turned a new
yeah.
corner here.
I gotta turn up the volume. Well, that was just a quick little breath of peace for me, that record, and then I went back into. I think that's why this one's so big and loud.
Yeah.
I needed some energy on this one.
Chaos. It is a big loud record. I mean, it's a rocking record.
It is. It's fun.
You want to tell us about it? What do we need to know about the new CD?
The new CD. Well, we did part of it in Nashville and part of it with my band back in Athens, and Tom Bukovac, who's a great guitar player in Nashville, and Michael Rhodes, great bass player. They're friends of mine. We just did part in their studio up there, and then came back and finished the rest with the guys, and just let it be what it was going to be. It turned into a kind of a soul, edgy, soul crazy thing.
Yeah.
With background singers and horns. Not every song, but a lot of songs have the whole smear on them.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming in, horns and background vocals. Was that you? Do you do the arrangements? And
yeah, we all kind of work together on that, but most of the songs I have is demos that are pretty arranged.
So did you have there's going to be a horn section on this song. Did you have that in your head, or is that?
No, we get there and it's like, God, maybe we should use a horn thing on this one. It sounds like an old Motown song now. Yeah. It just depends on how it develops in the studio.
Do you ever go, we need a horn section, you put it there and you go, oops?
Yeah. Yeah, we've done that before. Like, no, it didn't. The song will tell you eventually what it needs.
Yeah.
And if you try to put something on there that it doesn't like, it rejects it.
There is a lot of soul, even gospel, blues, kind of old. There's an old soul to this record.
Yeah, well, the vocals, in Nashville, I had this old green bullet mic I was singing through on some of the songs with a real distorted sound, like a Howlin' Wolf sound, and it led me into singing a certain way, and I just followed that up, and we used that mic with other mics too, but with that old harmonica mic with a little crummy amplifier. Yeah. So it brought in some history and some sound of distorted vocals. So that kind of led the way. We just let it be what it wanted to be. Yeah. And it has a rootsy feel to it that most of my records don't.
Yeah, that definitely so.
I grew up singing that kind of music, so it's about time I did one like that.
Church music, is that in your background?
Well, no, but soul music, from 70s, 60s, 70s. That's what I grew up playing.
I wrote down somewhere, I saw a quote from you, combination of Dylan and Ray Charles.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We were talking about Dylan before the set, but his lyrics, his creativity with lyrics and really revolutionary lyrics really started me being interested in songwriting.
Are you a lyrics first kind of guy, or do you have a chord
I usually
progression?
start with a little bit of an idea because it's so scary to start with that blank page. But if I have a little bit of an idea, I can play along with it,
Yeah.
so it's easier.
Do you write on keyboard or guitar? Or?
Guitar, electric guitar,
Really?
because I don't play it very well. So I don't go to my old patterns because I don't know any. So it helps me, not go back in the old stuff.
Mm. So what were you listening to a lot of like Motown and old soul and stuff like that? I mean,
No.
No.
Not at all. It just came out, It really did. I wasn't. Well, I'd heard Amy Winehouse and some of the, the Daptone stuff, and but it wasn't really intentional. I think it's just, it was time to sing some old stuff, or some old. I think the microphone, to be honest, really led me into it. And some of the songs, like we're going to play, a couple of songs later on, that they just had that old-timey bluesy feeling to them.
It's so funny to hear you say that, because I think most people listening who aren't musicians or haven't been in a studio, like the idea that an old microphone dictated.
It can change everything.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Because when you go in the studio, you're kind of feeling your way. I am. I don't have much planned. I just bring in the songs, and then we see where it goes as we're recording. And then we find a common thread kind of for the album. And it's not necessarily a theme, but it has something that ties it together. And this one kind of got led into the old soul music stuff, just by some of the songs, and a lot was just the vocal sound. And Tom Bukovac does all his wild guitar stuff, and so does Nick Johnson over there. So we it all worked together somehow.
Cool.
It's a mysterious process.
You want to introduce the band real quick?
Yeah, Nick Johnson on guitar over here. He's our newest guy. He's been with us about a year. He's fantastic. Good-looking guy, too.
He is good-looking.
He's got long hair. Michael Steele, who's been with me forever, on bass.
Yeah.
He's good-looking, too.
He is.
He's taller than most of us. And Seth Hendershot on drums. Great, fantastic drummer. He has a career of his own in the venue and coffee world in Athens. So it's all good. Great players.
Oh, sounds great.
Thank you.
Hey, I wish people could see this, because Randall was doing some really nice interpretive hand
dancing. I know. I always do that.
It's cool. And actually, did y'all, any of the guys in the band, do y'all see that? Or you don't pay attention to Randall?
I'm twirling.
Yeah. I've been meaning to say something to him about it, but
He can't get mad at you. It's live radio. What do you think of his hand dancing?
people have been commenting on it, man.
Yeah.
We call it handsing.
Hansing.
I want to point out, actually, the good people from Watson Video Productions are here, so we'll have a video of this session
There
up
you go.
hopefully in about a
on
week.
the site.
John, 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
something like that. At our.
You got me. You got me to hand dance.
So Randall, that's the song, if I'm not mistaken, that has the sample of the kids playing.
Yeah, we have the Baca Forest people playing in the water. They play a song so beautiful. It starts it out and it ends the song too.
So how strange, you're in the studio at the same day the Baca Forest children were playing in the water there.
I know, it was amazing. They were doing a session. No, this thing is probably, who knows how old that song is, probably 20,000 years or something. But they're just, Michael Rhodes had a CD of Pygmy Forest people music.
It's really beautiful. Musical.
It is. I know. It fit right in. I don't know. It's like, oh, we should use this. So that's how it happened.
Yeah, I just like when did you go? We need kids splashing.
Well, I was trying to finish the chorus, the lyrics to the chorus, and he had given me this just for the fun of it to listen to, and I thought, forest. So that's where the second half of the chorus came from. All the winds in the forest send their children out to play, and then we got to the studio, and I said, why don't you try to tune this to make it the right tempo and see just what it would be like to start the song with them playing, splashing in the water. And it was like, yes, it's magic.
So a lot of the songs on this record have, I don't know if you'll like this term, but kind of like a gentle darkness to them.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Gentle darkness. I like it. They do, yeah. They have gentle darkness, and then there's a little light, little thread of light in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to get the mood on, and I don't know, and I think that's good.
I feel uncomfortable writing happy songs for some reason. It doesn't feel authentic to me.
Very few good happy songs out there, honestly.
I know, it's really hard to write a happy. Being a depressed person, I like to write sad songs.
Who hand dances?
With a little hope.
Yeah.
Just a little hope that it gets snatched away from you the last second. That's my song right there.
But, well, I don't know how I run this Bob Dylan theme, but, whenever Bob was happy, the records were like, and then he'd get
National
dark.
Skyline.
And he'd have a masterpiece.
You got that right.
Is there an element of catharsis, though, in songwriting or music for you? Is that where you hash out the dark stuff sometimes?
No.
No?
No, it's just expressing it. I don't think it makes it go away or anything.
Yeah.
It does feel good to play them, though,
Yeah.
for whatever that's worth.
Do you want to talk about the title of the CD, The Bright Spots?
Oh, yeah. Well, it came out of the first song, the first line in the first song, which was Roll. That's just the bright spots. And he was describing an awful, chaotic day, and that was just the bright spot. So it's that same thing we were talking about, is darkness, but it's also kind of fun.
A little bit of humor.
Yeah, it's funny.
Cool.
This guy's having a really bad day, and he's hallucinating stuff. So, but it sounds like a happy, fun dance song, which is good.
Yeah, again, that kind of I'm not quite sure where you are with a lot of these songs in a good way. With the samples and
I know
stuff.
What's with the sample
Yeah,
thing.
that's the
We've
modern
got the
age.
samples.
Yeah.
We've got, man, there's all kind of stuff coming from Seth's side over there.
And the band sounds great. I mean,
Yeah, man, he's a great player. It's Nick Johnson. He came down from Boston just to be with us.
I'll tell you what,
He didn't know it, but he did.
he might learn how to play that guitar
working
before it's
on
all said and done. Wow.
He was playing with Bruce Hampton for a good while, and I asked Bruce. He had left Bruce by then, but or did you get kicked out of Bruce's band? Which one was it? Truly,
I was. What do they call it in the military? Honorable discharge.
honorable
Honorable
discharge.
discharge. That's
That's
good.
good from Bruce's band.
I'm going.
Could be worse.
Like half the
get
people who've been
left.
in this room played with Bruce at some
Yeah.
point. So,
Yeah.
You could have been left at the Swanee Festival.
Yeah. Long walk home.
Ren, I was going to ask you, I mean, you've worked with so many people, a lot of people may be aware, Greg Allman and Levon Helm and Steve Winwood and Bonnie Raitt, and these just titans.
Yeah, we're pretty close, all of us.
What do you learn from people like that when you go on stage with someone like that?
God, I don't know if I can put it into words, but just their presence on stage, their songwriting, the way I watch their organ playing a lot. Steve's a great organ player.
I bet, yeah.
And Greg, too, really good. So I watch them. And Bonnie, just her soul and her ability to keep going and get better every year, I think. She just amazes me. So those kind of intangible things, and how to present yourself and songwrite and just be, how to do a band,
How do you get better? I mean, you can play the instrument and you know how to, all the chords, and how do you get better at a certain point?
A lot of people practice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't, but
You have to, yeah.
a lot of people do, so that's one way to get better. And to me, I just try to break it loose from time to time, and the songs do that a lot. Like that last song, it led into some different kind of playing, and same with the sax. Different songs lead you in different places, and you have to kind of step up and do it.
With your interest in arranging and all the different instruments, have you ever tried to really put it together with a big band or?
Well, at the CD release party in Athens, we had 10 pieces. Background singers and horns and Seth and three drum kits, and that's about as big as we're gonna get, I think. And that was like a one-time thing.
Was that fun or was that terrifying?
No,
these people have my songs.
Both. It was kind of scary, but it all held together like some huge boat, floating down the river, and it was really a great night.
Cool.
Really great.
We love the record. We've been playing
Thank
a lot,
you.
Randall. The Bright Spots.
Oh, cool.
How do you ever rank your material? How does this stand up among your records, or do you not play that game?
I don't usually, but I think this one really, because I'm getting a little older, and because I don't know how many records I'll be making, how long I'll last on the earth, is this one really stands out because they're getting better each time, which is all that really matters. They're all good though. I love all of them all the way back. So, but this one I think it just steps up to another place. And I'm glad you guys are playing it.
Yeah, and good reviews all around here. So
Great, thank you.
John the Baptist, which has actually been one of our kind of the hits we've been playing off that record.
Oh,
so
cool.
If you like that or not, but
I love it.
yeah,
That's one of my favorites.
yeah, that's cool. All that
Thank
imagery in
you.
there.
Yeah, it's one of those songs where you're looking for the love, I guess, in all the wrong places. I don't know.
Does that
it's
happen?
there. I've heard of it happening, but it was fun to think of John the Baptist landing in this bar looking for Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's
Randall-
ask Bob Dylan what it means.
Yeah, Bob would know. Bob might have this record on right now, you know. Randall Bramblett and his band are tonight at the ISIS Music Hall in Asheville, North Carolina. You want to, who's in the band one more time?
Nick Johnson, guitar over here. Michael C. Steele on bass.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. And Seth Hendershot, drums.
Yeah.
Band in
And
the
samples. Yes.
Samples, yes. All
And
kinds of stuff.
pulling out the saxophone that time and on keys, Randall Bramblett.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Randall, sounds
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for
you guys
bringing the music.
Thank you for playing it. Thank you.
All right, have fun tonight. This is
Yeah.
WNCW Live. Studio B sessions on WNCW are made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Thanks again to the Randall Bramblett Band and a little bit of John Coltrane now on WNCW.